Welcome back, everybody, to the second series of opening day for the Black Twitch League Season 12. We're in the draft for Game 2 between Team DPS and Spectre Gaming. Spectre Gaming had a pretty strong, start to Game 1 as they got first blood, but then the rest of the game was all DPS as they managed to take the first set in this best of three. We'll have to see what sort of draft adaptations come out here. It looks like so far, things are more of the same here with the Morgana and the Aurelian Soul. Meanwhile, Spectre getting rid of the Hecarim and the Lulu.
Yeah, it's very similar bands coming through. I mean, the Tristana this time going to be taken off the table. They think that is the bigger issue that comes through, but I think a lot of it just comes down to really well executed team fights from DPS.
Round
They're
one
able
Victor?
to play towards their win condition.
Round one Victor. Listen, the Diana is banned. Your mid laner's best mid lane is Victor. This seems like a round one Victor angle to me. I don't know about you.
It seems like a B1 Victor here. I wouldn't be surprised if it comes out. Granted, there are some matchups, as we mentioned, that are rough for the Victor to play into, and I don't... Oh, they're doing it. Never mind.
Listen. When your mid laner's best champion is available and is meta, you just take it. You say, you know what? We're trusting you to be able to deal with any bad matchups they might throw at you. Because you play that champion a lot. Part of that 71% win rate is probably on playing against some bad matchups. You know what? You just got to let them have it. You know what? I like the trust that they're putting in their mid laner. After you lost game one like that, after getting first blood and having things fall apart, being able to say, you know what? You're going to be the guy this game is massive.
Yeah, you have to be the guy in a lot of ways because you don't want to start off your season with a 2-0 there, especially considering how it seemed like a really slow bleed coming through from Spectre in that game one. They just didn't really have any sort of answers, and DPS were able to walk all over them. So I think they've got to try and find something different this time around. DPS's bot lane, though, if that's a Lucian ADC,
this is wild.
It's wild, yeah.
Yeah, Lucian has fallen really by the wayside. Still seems like a really great solo laner and AD carry. Maybe I am biased. I don't know if you'll tell me differently. Is easily one of my favorite champions. But Lucian Rakan is a fine combo. There'd be nothing crazy about it, but it's nice. You know, you've got some engagement, you've got some damage, you've got some mobility out of it. It can do work.
Yes, it can do work, but you already see what happens if you pick a Lucian. Karma is the answer. Ezreal is the answer, and you can't really engage if that's your bot lane there. If Lucian goes mid lane instead, which I would like to see, as a matter of fact, it might give you a little bit more agency there. But Talus this time around going to pull out the Kayn, so not the Kha'Zix this time around. Going to be blinding that to give a little bit more flexibility in their draft. Granted, the solution still is a flex pick. So is this Karma in a lot of ways, but Kayn will be the option, and curious to see if they go for the red Kayn that we saw earlier today or if it's going to be the blue Kayn, because I have an inkling of a feeling we're going to see blue Kayn this time.
This is a blue Kayn game for sure.
Yes.
Man. Victor, Ezreal, Karma. But let me tell you something. Spectre's draft is probably one of the best drafts that you have probably seen within the last couple days so far. This first three picks of Victor, Ezreal, Karma, you can do so much with that. And these are three incredibly strong champions. And I don't know who the coaches are, if there are coaches, but this could be a draft gap here. That said, there is still a second half as DPS has opted into banning Gangplank and Xin Zhao. I'm not going to see that one out of the side of Swag anymore. But Ornn and Anivia are the answers. So DPS, they're going to have their work cut out for them against this team, against this very meta-centric composition.
Yeah, Spectre are basically just drafting how any top-level coach would want to draft a team, right? So you look at the likes of this Kayn just coming out of nowhere. What?
This is going to be a solo lane Soraka.
Oh, man. Okay, DPS are LS, and Spectre is, I don't know, boring NA coach. That's what's going on here.
Yeah, listen, taking a page out of the Last Shadow playbook, you know, you might be gone after 78 days, but let me tell you something. Those 78 days will be a lovely bit of time. The Soraka locked in for Team DPS. It does mean they're not going to be overly tanky, but the second health bar in the mid lane can help out quite a bit. Volibear going to be the picked up for Spectre. How does this fit into the team composition?
I mean, it's once again your very meta sort of bruiser, either top or jungle here. It does answer the question that Karma is very likely going to the support position now. It could have gone top lane in some world, but with the Volibear picked up, I don't think that's the option. And yet, we're going to see the Gnar come through here. So Spectre are just drafting as meta as possible, whereas the side of DPS, this is a really scary comp from them. Actually, if you look at what this Cho'Gath contributes here, it gives you that sort of burst damage that you want on the Chomp if you're able to find it onto one of these squishier members. Kayn is going to have so much agency to just go blue Kayn and deal like that front-loaded bit of damage. And with this Soraka picked up here in the mid lane, Soraka can bully out Victor in lane. It sounds absolutely absurd, but you just drop Qs on him over and over again, and he can't kill you.
Yeah, and Victor's move speed not that great. If you recall, Victor from Arcane had to use a cane to get around, so not really the fleetest of foot. That said, this DPS team composition, it seems to have a severe lack of magic damage, but it has Soraka can provide some, and they're gonna have to be relying on Cho'Gath for a lot of it. That said, a Soraka with Warmogs and a Cho'Gath seems like it's going to be hellacious for Spectre to try to take down. It's going to be on Spectre to make sure the game does not get to that point.
I think a big factor of where the magic damage does end up coming from is just that Rakan can set up so easily for Cho'Gath here. You have such good crowd control layering for the side of DPS, whereas Spectre, their only member who's going to be stacking any sort of resistances is going to be that Volibear. So if you just sort of ignore the Volibear and let Cho'Gath deal with it, it doesn't really matter how much AD you're ending up stacking, because Karma's not going to be able to, or Karma's not building Frozen Heart. Ezreal might build Frozen Heart as like 4th item, 5th item. Victor, you might get plated steel caps, but it's not a lot of armor stacking that's going to come through. Yeah, I mean, Zhonya's, but it's going to be like 3rd item, 4th item. It's going to be a lot of these armor items come on later into the game. Oh my goodness, never mind.
What?
Oh,
no way.
No way.
No. All right,
throw out the playbook. I can talk to this though, because I have played Rakan mid lane.
All right, so apparently this is a Rakan mid lane from Alexander. Talk to me.
So this is a really interesting adaptation because Rakan has really good AP ratios. They sort of fly under the radar. The biggest issue with Rakan mid lane is wave clear. But if you're able to just sort of farm up, you take Dematerializer, you max your W. I think once you get your first item, if it has at least 70 AP or more, you're generally able to clear out that backline without too much issue, which is really the main thing that you have to worry about when you're playing these mages. It's if you can clear out that backline with one spell or one rotation, that sort of deal. This Rakan is going to give you a lot of roaming threat as well. Going to be going alongside this Kayn, roaming around the map, looking for those ganks. So it's going to be sort of the roam squad there. Rakan sets up well, as we said, for the Cho'Gath, sets up well for Kayn as well if this is blue Kayn, because Rakan can actually keep up with the likes of blue Kayn when he's running through walls at 1,000,000 miles a minute. And when you've got Lucian Soraka now, you've got the Soraka to be able to keep the Lucian really safe in this bottom side of the map against a pretty stale lane, I want to say. The Ezreal Karma's able to punish this Lucian a little bit, but Soraka's just going to be there to make sure that they're topped up at all times.
Yeah, and you know what? That adaptation does a whole lot. I mean, maybe it was never the plan to put Soraka in the mid lane or anything like that, but when you're dealing with an Ezreal Karma, a heavy poke lane like this, like you just mentioned, as long as Soraka is able to land the Qs, you're going to be A-okay. You're going to be able to farm this out. That being said, that's not exactly what you want to be doing against an Ezreal. You really want to be able to kind of put the screws to him. So if you're able to return damage in kind, Karma Ezreal is going to have a hard time trying to heal up on that.
Yeah, it's going to be really difficult to kind of stay alive and stay relevant in this game. As it stands right now, this Soraka is going to be just absolutely pivotal to this game. I think this is sort of the Soraka dream. You just have to put all of the resources into shutting down the Soraka, because we saw, if you leave them untouched, if you leave them unmatched, it just makes it really difficult.
Well, you cannot take your eye off of Rakan, or else he will be able to leap into the fog of war. And we are about to leap into the fog of war as we are in a short spectator delay, but do not go anywhere because this is going to be an incredible game. You've got standard NA team composition versus whatever LS and Max Waldo cooked up at 3 a.m. yesterday morning. And we are going to see which composition going head to head is going to be able to take the win. Do not go anywhere. Game 2 of Team DPS versus Spectre Gaming coming at you very soon. What is going on, everybody? We are back. Thank you for that sticking through that very short break. It is Team DPS versus Spectre Gaming. This time, Spectre Gaming, they're going to be on the blue side, where Team DPS is going to be on the red side. It looks like these two teams look like they're going to be ships passing in the night here.
Oh, the level 1 special where everyone tries to be big brain and no one actually ends up seeing anyone and yet end up just small braining it.
Hey, but listen, Rakan's right there.
Yeah, I mean, you've got your Rakan standing in the dragon pit there, potentially looking for the play, you know, jump over the wall with the grand entrance, but it doesn't look like anyone's going to find anything. They're just, it's strange. They need to try and push in and find some vision at this point. That's what they want to do, but Rakan going to be the first to sort of show up in mid lane, and yeah, just like ships passing in the night. It depends on who's more patient, though.
Uh-oh.
Because I feel like DPS are going to stick around.
The ships are going to collide.
There's a crash. There's a crash. Is
There's
there?
No ward. There's no ward.
Oh,
all right,
they saw your bad connection.
They've seen connection. Yes. Why didn't they just put down a ward there? All right. So from what I heard, you had some interesting opinions about this Rakan that is taking it to learning here in the mid lane. Oh my god! Wait, look at this. Wait a minute. This is a sick trade.
Yeah.
All right. Do your opinions still stand?
Yes, I think my opinions still stand. After a little bit more thought into this, Rakan mid lane kind of sucks into Victor because you jump in and you can't get out. That's the main issue with Rakan here. When you use your grand entrance, once Victor gets that gravity field, it makes it incredibly difficult. So Alexander has to try and make a play before level 3. Granted, that's exactly what we're seeing thus far, but if they don't find a kill, this lane just ends up devolving into a farm fest and really just playing around the gravity field, which can lead to some uninteractive gameplay, especially since Alexander can never really pull the trigger.
Alexander, we see the dash from connection as they're going to get some heavy poke down on the rebound, and this is exactly what we talked about in the pregame, that as long as Soraka is landing the Qs, it doesn't matter how much poke you have as rebound and hyper F. They're going to be healthy on the other side.
Yes, once Fierce Spirit hits level 3. But yes, Alexander. That is what we were meant to. I did it too. It's we dropped the ball, but you can see just a lot of damage in this early game. It's hard to see how much kill threat there actually is going to be, but of course with that ignite, you've always got that extra little bit of potential.
We see the two Titans in the top lane going out of here. It looks like Lake is getting the better of Quaggart here. He's going to go into range right as they're getting near the turret. Hit him with the Bulbasaur. Oh, first blood, even with the flash going over to Lake.
Oh my goodness, just so well played on that top side from Lake to recognize that the last auto attack would be enough. A lot of times you flash for that auto and it's not enough, but the third proc of that hyper was available as well as Talus and Swagasm meeting up.
Yeah, Talus says, hey, I want a piece of you. I'm trying to get my cane form. Please, thank you. I don't want to be like Spica and wait for 22 minutes to get it.
Yeah, of course, Spica being now the last place LCS jungler. Who would have ever thought we'd be saying that? But yes,
never thought I'd say that.
Man, it's sad. But yeah, Talus here with the first strike as their rune of choice means blue cane. Like, if you go red cane with first strike, I think you're griefing, and I think we can report you out of game, but yes, it's going to be blue cane for Talus here, and honestly, not surprised considering we saw the Assassin Kha'Zix build last game anyways.
Right, and against this particular team, I mean, you're going to try to get onto the
victor. Oh, Alexander?
Uh-oh. Had to flash it out. Alexander's so low. Oh, but no deaths in this mid lane quite yet. But Alexander's got a small advantage. That said, Learning is going to take the back and going to teleport back as well. With the wave is just pushing into Alexander here, and with no teleport, this is not going to be good. They could potentially lose out on a lot of CS if Learning elects to teleport back to mid lane. It looks like he's going to take the walk.
That's interesting as well, though, because this Kayn, you can see Talus. If they do the right thing, they should just walk in and try and freeze that wave. But Learning, this is not good from Learning here. Not teleporting back to that wave to like fast shove that wave into the tower, make this Rakan lose as much farm as possible. It's giving more agency to the Rakan than the Victor should be giving. Now you've got, you know, a little bit of a lead already built up. You're going to get now an experience lead. Level 6 is going to come through first on the Rakan over the Victor, and I think that's really a kill threat point there. The charm plus the knockup, that's a lot of damage that comes down, even when it's support Rakan building like 40 AP. This is going to be a Rakan who's carrying 200, 300 AP in the mid game. It will
Oh, Connection is going to be able to find a connection of a kill there in the bot lane. Swag, though, managing to find a way on top of the solution, and the tether going down for the Karma. It was that mantra tether, giving a little bit of a heal. Fierce Sparrow trying to do what they can, but the Ignite will go down. However, the trade is back because of the minions. Swag trying to catch out Sparrow. Sparrow will be able to flash away and get out, but overall, it's 2 kills going over to the Lucian.
That's really good because the 2 kills go into the member that you want them to go on to. Straka not stealing any of those. And on the flip side, Volibear doesn't even pick up the kill. It's the Karma who picks it up. And yes, Karma can be an incredibly strong support pick, doing a lot of damage, being sort of almost a secondary damage sort. But it's not really ideal as Aliskander. Honestly, next grand entrance, I would not be surprised to see them go for the dive.
That would be crazy, though, going for the dive under the turret like that. You can tell he's sniffing it out right here. Really wants to be able to go down on top of learning here, but thinks better of it. As you don't want to give up that advantage. You've got a pretty sizable advantage right now at this point in the game. No need to throw it.
Yeah, I think that tempered aggression is the name of the game, especially when you're playing something a little bit off meta here. But your bad connection.
The smite went down by SwagAsm here. Are they going to be able to secure who's called it the chicken? The Scuttle Crab, yes, they are.
Goodness!
And here comes connection. He's going to dash forward, but he's going to get exhausted and engaged on by 3 members. Aliskander manages to find a kill onto the Victor, but now Ezreal going to shift forward and going to be able to take down the Soraka. A 2-for-1 in favor of the side of Team DPS as they are looking for more here.
Aliskander doesn't have the ultimate still, so they can't really turn this fight around. Let's see what they can do, though.
There's the knockup on the SwagAsm. The Ignite ticking him away. You will fall. Aliskander finds the second kill. This Talon's going to be able to get out. Talon's going to go back in. Umbral Trespass is there. He's going to be able to flash over the wall. But no, Ezreal over the wall. Going to shift over with a little bit of help from Karma. Picks up 3 kills overall in that fight. Rebound taking it to the side of Team DPS. 3 kills on this Ezreal now. 5 of the team's 6 kills coming out of the bot lane.
Wow, just the extended play ends up paying off in just massively for the side of Rebound and HyperF there. HyperF able to pick up that initial kill, actually picks up the shutdown onto your bad connection, but then the rest of that play is just Ezreal being absolutely untouched for such a long period of time, getting those shields through from the Karma as well to continue that play. And realistically, Talus and Aliskander, they just overstay way too long here. I'm curious to see what these builds that come out from a boat. I'm curious to see what the Rakan build is at the end of this, but still, interesting play overall.
Definitely seems like a bit of a disrespectful pick, and if Quagger can get this kill before Nora goes into Mega Form, yes he is. Quagger gonna chomp on the frozen Yordle. Left him in the microwave not long enough there.
Or maybe left him in the microwave too long, I don't know.
Like a hot pocket. Aliskander and Talus have found learning, and that will force the flash out of the Victor here, so a pretty nice kill there by Quagger is going to even up the goal just a little bit as we are cresting to the 9-minute mark in this game. So 9 minutes of gameplay with this Rakan mid lane. What do you think?
It's doing better than I expected. I mean, for one, learning cannot farm that safely. Like, Aliskander on this Rakan, realistically, the more gold you, like, any sort of bonus gold that you're getting here is going to be better than what you expect from it, because Rakans are so used to going these extremely low-cost builds in a lot of ways. Zhonya's is normally an item that I see them build in support, so wouldn't be surprised to see that here, but depending on the mythic, it could be a decent amount of damage. Realistically, Rakan's not going to be your major damage dealer, though. It's just going to be doing a big chunk to set up for the rest of that team as HyperF. Oh, man.
Oh, man, look at all the damage there. The culling going down onto the Karma will be able to find a kill, and Rebound is going to be able to shift out of there without too much of an issue. But that being said, that Karma going down, it's another kill going over to your bad connection.
Yeah, your bad connection on this Lucian. You know, every kill in this early game means so much more when it's a Lucian because they struggle in that mid game, I think, a little bit, and especially when it comes to late game. This Ezreal's going to be able to do so much more damage a lot easier here than your bad connection, but oh my goodness, Rebound going in.
Yeah, Rebound using the shift aggressively there, not really working out for him. That said, connection out of mana. Can't give mana over to the Lucian anymore. I think you used to be able to do that, right?
Yes, that was ages ago. That was like season 2.
I know. I'm showing my age here. Listen, man. All right, I'm 26. All right, I'm going to be 27 in a month and a half. All right, like just
I'm just the baby.
Just let me be a boomer, please, dog.
speaking of boomers, up on the top lane, the two ancient champions here. Quite literally.
Oh, no. Yeah. I was gonna say, wait, Nara is an ancient, but I'm like, oh yeah, wait, he is.
Lore-wise versus
Lore-wise,
like
yes.
in the game-wise, yes. They're just every time that directed camera just pulls top lane, it's like it's for them like trading like 200 damage back and forth. It makes no sense.
Quick, does that make Zoe a boomer?
Yes, but still extremely sus.
Yeah, well, no, I'm not even. We're not getting into that direction of things. I was just saying if that made Zoe a boomer.
Zoe is a boomer, but also makes things sus, which makes it worse.
Well, we're not getting into that conversation.
I'm just saying that it makes things sus regardless. Zoe's a sus champion. She steals summoner spells. She's a thief.
That's pretty sus, I'm not gonna lie. But there is no Zoe in this game. But what is in this game is a couple of mythics. Swag is gonna be able to have that Turbo Chem tank. Meanwhile, Ezreal opting into a Trinity Force, and it seems like Ezreal's mythic changes every 2 weeks. But if there's one item that Ezreal has loved since the dawn of time, it is Trinity Force.
Yeah, it gives you all of those stats, gives you that extra little oomph behind any sort of engage you're looking for. As the Kraken Slayer is the option from this Lucian. Not a huge fan, actually. I would have preferred to see the Gale Force come through. Gives you that extra little bit of mobility, bit of assassination power, and especially when you've already got this Kayn or this blue Kayn coming through that has that assassination power, you might as well just go all in on that if you're the side of Team DPS. But Aliskander is on this bottom side.
Yeah, I'm looking for an all-in. Here comes the quickness of Aliskander. What a flash charm! 2 kills to Lucian.
Yeah, just such a set play there. Really can't go wrong with that engage. The E out, the exhaust comes down, but realistically, Rebound and Hyper have had to flash there if they wanted to do anything. But this teleport,
Flag and Learning trying to make a play, but Learning gets blown up almost immediately. Is still alive. He's been shielded. He's not dying. Fierce Sparrow's gonna die to the turret. Aliskander had no more mana. The shutdown for Swag on to that Lucian. And Aliskander's got nowhere to go. Swag is going to be able to pick this one up pretty easily. He's going to give it over to Hyper F. Yes. They're going to give the kill over to the Karma. Pretty curious there.
Yes.
But I thought Learning was dead from the jump.
Yeah, and I think the one thing that would have made that play a lot better is if Talus walked up to the Victor there. Pretty sure they had a smite charge, smited the Victor, and just ulted them. Because then they go with them. And then all of a sudden, you've got a really beneficial play. You get sort of a gank by proxy.
Right.
But
you are so right. Rift Herald being dropped in the mid lane. 4 plates out of that mid lane turret. Look at Rebound. Look at the damage he's doing. Oh, just barely.
Yeah.
Oh, that true shot barrage was so close to taking out that cage.
Yeah, that was way too close for comfort. As it seems like Spectre this game. This meta composition is working really well for them. This Volibear able to find some really impactful fights. This Ezreal and this Karma just so strong. And realistically, this Rakan mid lane is starting to fall off for me already. In the sense that he
just made an amazing play.
Yes, but it's just like looking at how it is going to do against the Victor who now has their mythic. That means the E upgrade is complete as well. It's a lot harder to deal with the pushing coming through. Aliskander's never going to be able to push as fast as a Victor and won't have the cooldowns. I think that's the main thing, to be able to contest with his Victor on every single wave. So that is where I start to draw the line just a little bit, and that this Rakan's not going to give you that sort of side lane pressure that a Victor will, and you might need it this game, especially when the rest of your wave clear looks like a Lucian and a Cho'Gath, which they're okay. It's not great.
It's not great. Learning getting poked out here. Crown of the Shattered Queen getting shattered.
Cho'Gath?
Here comes a teleport by Cho'Gath. It's going to be hard for Cho'Gath to get into this fight. He is going to get the movement speed from the Unleashed teleport, but he is A-okay. The rest of the team has disengaged. He has your coming through. Oh my. Fierce Sparrow so low will manage to find a way out here. Going down, Aliskander trying to make a play, and that Volibear lived for a long time, but will finally fall. Do they have the damage to take out the rest of the members?
Here's Gnar.
Sparrow trying to heal the team up getting some heals back, but Rebound is going to be able to snipe out the Soraka. A knock up here, and the chase is on. Alice is going to be able to find a way out. Do they have any engagement here? Alice went back in. He's going out. He's going in.
Rebound!
Trying to make plays. Is going to die to the turret. And now in front of the turret, that Kane will also fall. Connection. Getting taken very low
Mega?
by the Q. Quayle taking a whole lot of damage, and Lake is going to knock him back and is going to give the kill over to Learning. Their first kill of the game. Lots of fighting going down. Give a small edge to Spectre.
Oh, yeah, I think give a bigger edge now that Alice just can't find a recall angle, but they picked up the tower in that mid lane as well. Spectre finally able to break through, get that first tower. Yes, you lose the dragon, but you find yourselves a really strong fight, and it looks like they're going to be able to pick up this Rift Herald as well.
Rift Herald will go to the side of Spectre, and let's see where they're going to take it. No turret platings, and the mid lane turret's already down. Where do you think it's going?
I think it has to go top lane here. It's just the closest lane. You're able to push that in pretty quickly if you just send a couple of members up there. Fear Spirit.
Oh, I thought
that was scary.
Yeah, it was definitely a little sketchy. You don't really want to be doing that as the Soraka.
Also,
one thing to mention here, although Ezreal is pretty farmed, pretty big, and has the heal cut, Lucian is up about 30 CS and 3 kills.
And that leads to a gold lead of about 1,600. So this Lucian's going to be dishing out a lot of damage. I think that's sort of the idea behind this Rakan mid, is that you give an extra sort of support to the Lucian. But I think that if you just reallocate this Rakan to the support, put the Soraka mid lane, maybe you just end up with a slightly better overall comp, where you still have this Rakan building those support items, and you as well have that Soraka building the support items. Realistically, at this point, I think Alice, you build the Chemtech Putrefier. I think it's better on the Rakan. You get this...
Oh my.
Oh my.
Yo, listen, Connection is just going for it half the time. Swag trying to get on top of him.
Rebound!
Found a rebound. He's been ignited. Is he going to fall? He's just barely going to live. Can't say the same for Swag, as they will go down. The turret beating on Connection here. Talus really trying to find rebound here. Flashing forward, will be able to get the kill. And now does have the Umbral Trespass. It goes inside of Piper. Alice Cantor trying to balance the turret damage here, but Lake has found Talus. Talus is split off from the rest of the team, but will be able to find a way out. Meanwhile, during that time, Lucian taking the mid-outer turret there, gives some more gold over to DPS. And again, it just feels like we're going back and forth here, and the game is still tight 18 minutes in.
And of note, Red Cane for Talus. We are both shocked here, I think,
to
see that come through. And I'm curious why they didn't go Blue Cane. I am baffled.
I guess it has to be the Ezreal and the Victor poke, right?
Maybe? But at the same time, Kayn wants to go in and out of fights anyways. Poke kind of ruins Kayn regardless of the build. It's curious to see them go for that option over the Blue Cane. I still think Blue Cane is just a far superior option, especially when you take all the runes for it. If you wanted to go Red Cane, just go Conqueror. Or if you you can go Blue Cane with Conqueror. It's more so just Red Cane with First Strike is odd at best.
Didn't we say this is a reportable offense?
Yes.
A 9x Talus, please.
Yes. Well, we can 10x it. Well, I mean, do our reports count? It's 11x.
I mean, yeah. You know what? Yeah, 11x Talus. I'm gonna email Riot and be like, "Yo, dog, First Strike Red Cane."
Yeah.
I'll be like, "I got you."
Yeah. What is this travesty? Using these tournament codes for this? What? But
not in my server.
We will see how it ends up happening. Like, I don't think it's awful. It doesn't look as awful as maybe it seems, but it seems pretty awful right now.
Yeah, not really looking too great. But we'll see how it develops. Meanwhile, the invasion of the bot lane here, as the entirety of Team DPS has just taken over the bot quadrant of the jungle from Spectre. Rift Herald getting dropped here in the mid lane, and here comes a teleport from the Gnar. This is not being matched by the Cho'Gath, as now Lake has shown up to the party.
Where's the teleport going?
Trying to catch up Talus. Talus is going to be inside of Swag with the Umbral Trespass. Is going to be able to try to find a way out. He's been exhausted. Alice Cantor trying to create a lot of discourse on the backside of the fight. He's been rooted. He's been stunned. He's been taken down. Connection got flanked from the side by Learning, and you can see all the damage coming out. Quager's got to try to make a play. It's a double knock up there into a root by Soraka, but Soraka getting chased down. Swagasm trying to push forward. A nice double knock up there, but Quager will fall. Just doing it to save your bad connection, and the entire team around your bad connection falls. DPS, more like 0 DPS, as everybody's dead. A 4 for nothing.
Yeah, it's rough to see how that play ended up. Like, Tal is not able to get any sort of impact. Oh my. Oh, Talus is still looking for this dragon though. Yeah.
Hi Talus. Trying to get in there is, you know,
doesn't have the ultimate.
2v1 right now, doesn't have the healing either because, I mean, he's just the Oblivion Orb on top of the Karma just reduced any healing that Talus was going to get. Why didn't you go Blue Cane?
It's also kind of adding on to that is, you know, Red Cane sort of just plays into the Soraka's cards here. You have these, these 3 instances already of Grievous Wounds here for the side of Team Spectre. Blue Cane heals, but it's not an integral part of his kit. If you have Blue Cane, you still do a crap ton of damage, and then you heal at the end, whereas Red Cane wants to heal in the middle of the fight. So it's I don't know, it just seems head-scratching to me. Obviously, there must be some reason to sort of rationalize that, at least for Talus and for the side of DPS here, but you don't really need another frontliner here. Rakan can act as a quasi-frontliner if you just build, you know, some beefier AP options, maybe a, you know, a Rylai's, maybe a Demonic Embrace. Yeah, you've got your Cho'Gath. You can't afford to have this Cane just be Blue Cane.
Uh-oh, it's going to be a problem. Learning is going to walk out of the gravity field. And is now on the back foot here versus Talus. Talus very close to picking up a kill here, but you see the damage that Learning does. Not quite. It's a big shutdown going over to Talus.
Yeah, finally able to make something happen there. Of course, the Red Cane being able to heal you up to full there. And
Wet Noodle fight.
That's it. Oh boy, here we go.
Yeah, Wet Noodle fight up here in the top lane. Is Quaker is going to be able to interrupt the leap. But meanwhile, in the mid lane, Aliskander trying to make things happen on top of Rebound. He's going to have to flash.
Your connection, no!
Was left alone with the Volibear. He's going to dash over the wall. The Volibear is going to flash on top of him, get a big shutdown. And now Quaker looking for the tower dive. He's trying to take a fight out of crime! And he does, but goes 1 for 1. Aliskander, though, getting lower, but has the heals from Fierce Sparrow. That being said, a very angry bear is chasing down the goat. And let me tell you something, I'm pretty sure bears eat goats. Fierce Sparrow doesn't have many places to go, has been rooted, the knockup is there. Or are they going to be able to find the chase down onto the Soraka? A couple more auto attacks should do it, but the root is there.
The healing!
Somebody hit the blast plant, gets blasted back to the base. Swagasm manages to find the kill on that Soraka.
As you said, it's just Hank the Tank walking him down there, you know, the 500-pound grizzly bear who's terrorizing people. It's the big bungus, but now, what's Learning doing?
Oh, Learning is dying, baby.
Oh, never mind!
Talus goes down, and Alexander gets caught with his pants down as well. And just like that, the pings are on the Baron.
And I mean, Talus got 100 and something gold off of first strike there, but at what cost? You lose that fight. The crown does so much work there for the victor in keeping them alive. And yes, the big bungus Swagasm here on this Volibear has just been a massive player, unless Quager
can't get over the wall.
Yeah, they can't get over the wall. Unless they walk around. No.
Walk at him.
Yeah.
Come on, Quager. You can do it, Quager. I believe. Not quite. Baron going down. The movement speed being popped by the Karma. And now Quager is in the middle of 4 people. He's been tethered and rooted. On the backside of the fight, Volibear does go down. That being said, Lake will catch out the Sparrow. It's a double kill for the Ezreal. And there is not much more they can do. A Baron taken out, sure. Swagasm goes down. Not going to get any Baron benefits. But this game is not looking so hot for DPS. As, you know, finally a team was able to not only get a lead, but hang on to it. It's about a 4,000 gold lead? 4,500?
Yep. The 4,500 gold lead right now for the side of Team Spectre, and a lot of it is due to their smarter builds. You can see just straight up Putrefier coming through from the Karma. Generally, that means you don't need any other sources of Grievous Wounds, but oh my goodness.
Uh-oh, you can see the damage that your bad connection can pump out. Like, you can blow up anybody, including the Volibears we saw in the last fight. This time it was Hyper F befalling a terrible fate So getting one back, and that's really what they have to do. Just pick off the non-Baron champions, mess with their tempo a little bit so they never get a push.
Yeah, that's sort of what you're looking to do. But one thing I want to sort of have a little bit of criticism here is it's great you have the Grievous Wounds. At this point, I think they have too much. That sounds absolutely absurd, but you have this Karma who can shield the entire team, who can continuously pump it out. She's going to be the one to really she's the one applying it to everyone. She can give it to Ezreal at will. I don't think Ezreal needs the Executioner's Calling here. I don't think the Victor needs it either.
The Doctor, as he's going to have to get out of there. Luckily, Dr. Sparrow is on the case. Here comes the Calling. It's going to do a lot of damage to Lake, down to about half HP. But Mega Gnar form going to be coming through very shortly. The Dragon is up and has been started by Team DPS. SwagAdam trying to find a way in through the corner, and the Dragon will go down. It is taken by Quagger, but Quagger doesn't have the ultimate. Alice trying to get onto the backline here, trying to solve
Lake!
as he can. Lake on the backline on top of your bad connection, but is not going to be able to take down the Lucian. And if you can't take down the Lucian, what are you doing? The silence is down on the Victor. The Victor got caught, and now your bad connection looking to push forward, looking to find.
Oh my goodness!
Looking at triple kill. However, taking a whole lot of damage from this Ezreal, using Quagger as a human shield, or like a void monster shield, as Rebound is trying to kite this one out desperately. Gets knocked up, dash forward, and just like that, Team DPS takes a fight.
Oh my goodness, your bad connection stays alive, and it's so important they're able to just continuously find kill after kill after kill, all the resets coming through here, and it just ends up being so massive for your bad connection. Quagger.
They're just making everything.
Big bungus.
Big 2 words. Big bungus.
Yeah, that's what this Cho'Gath is.
As I said, we know it's a refreshing change to see a team take a lead and hang on to it. All of a sudden, Spectre Gaming, ghosts don't have hands.
Yeah,
so they can't hang on to leads.
They kind of lost the handle of it there.
It's now a 2,000 gold lead for them, and there are still many turrets to be taken on this map. Though this top outer turret is just standing there. It's practically free gold for them.
Yes, I think the biggest thing to keep note of as well is Lucian's build is wacky.
Whoa, buddy. Talus is not Soraka. You cannot do that. Oh. Fierce Sparrow with the heal, just in the nick of time.
Yeah, we saw that go through. Oh no, what's going on?
Lucian will survive the 13-kill Lucian. If he goes down, you got nothing left. Look at the damage that Alexander puts down. Separating, learning from the rest of the team. Here comes SwagAdam, who is separated from the rest of the team. And now Quagger coming through from the side. SwagAdam has been caught. He went too deep, and he falls. The bear falls in a forest, and nobody's around to hear it. But they see a death timer.
And it's just the wackiest build from the Lucian as well that's doing so much damage. Who would have thought that Kraken Slayer...
This is not wacky.
The rapid fire cannon makes no sense. I think Phantom Dancer would have been ages better. I don't know.
This was early Mythic Lucian build, as Talus managed to find a kill on the Hyper F. This could be disastrous for the side of Spectre. They could certainly lose the game here, but the healer is down. Rebound with a huge ultimate to be able to take down the Soraka, and that cuts in to a lot of their sieging power. But Learning's been knocked up. He's been knocked up again. He's been caught. He's down.
Oh my goodness, Learning is the only one who can really deal with just bursting out your bad connection. Rebound does so much damage as well, but your bad connection able to stay alive despite all of these Mystic shots coming down. Another thing is...
They send Talus back to deal with Lake, but look at the damage that's going on onto that inhibitor mid-turret. Now Talus is going to engage on top of Lake.
Oh my
Lake
goodness.
is going to go into Mega Gnar. He's going to go into Mega Gnar very soon. He's maybe trying to find a way back in, but it looks like he will be able to just walk away. That said, they've delayed Quagger's back, and therefore your bad connection also stopping to make sure that his friend gets out of there. A-okay. 30 minutes into this game, a certified BTL banger, 25 kills to 24. And it's about a 3,000 gold difference between these teams.
Man, 2 certified BTL bangers on the first day of the season. This is how you know that this season's going to be absolutely insane. But these games are so exciting.
They always say the stakes are higher in a new season. Some random new season speak. No. This is actual. This is real stuff right here. As Talus is going to be able to find Link in the middle of 4 people. He's trying to get healing from Field Sparrow, but the hero cut is far too much. It's a 1-for-1 overall, and now your jungler is down near the Baron. HyperF trying to do what they can to Quaker, but I don't even know if Quaker realized that they got poked in the face.
Yeah, Quaker is the big bungus, as you said, and just won't go down. Of note here, look at this build coming through from the Gnar, trying to make their own case for being a bungus in their own right, but Mini Gnar's base stats are so awful that I don't even think that a stone plate's really going to matter.
When Mini Gnar is a bad bungus. No.
Mini Gnar just... Like, if you're just to compare anyone's stats, Mini Gnar sucks.
This would be so bad. HyperF. Good on HyperF for putting the shield up. No. Are they going to find somebody?
Oh my goodness, no!
Here comes the calling down. Learning is going to have to flash away. Your bad connection, though, is getting engaged on by Swagasm. Fierce Sparrow is going to be split off from the rest of the team, though.
Quaker!
Taking up a whole lot, but Fierce Sparrow's got to get
here comes Alexander!
The spine is Alexander! Huge play! Swagasm on top of your bad connection, but it doesn't matter. The rest of the team is going to fall. Is Lake going to be able to get back in there? No. The flash away from the Lucian. They are going to find Fierce Sparrow. Fierce Sparrow trying to get out. There's the flash of the wall live. And on the other side of the fight, it's Rebound versus Alexander. And Alexander is going to be able to find the kill. Alexander. Oh my god. In moments of stress, it's so hard to pronounce it. But that being said, oh my god!
Stop this game, man! Stop the count. This isn't too much. And it's still the Soul going over to the side of DPS here. Against all odds, they're able to get the Soul, and now the Bungus is Bungusier. This Lucian now has that extra safety shield, and my goodness, Rebound's just having an absolutely standout performance, and it may not matter at the end of the day.
Bro, what a game this has turned out to be. It's a shame because that Ezreal coming through that True Shot barrage, it was not able to take out the Lucian, and because of that, that's probably why Rebound didn't show up to that fight. I know he was low, but like you can't really just give away the Soul like that. That being said, if Rebound died, it could have been the Baron. So, time to take stock of the situation. The good news is there's a lot of poke out of HyperF, Rebound, and Learning. They are going to be able to take down these shields.
The shields are... They are of the utmost.
Shadow Flame.
Yep. Shadow Flame's here. No Serpent's Fang, of course, but don't think anyone can get it. But yeah, Shadow Flame's going to be pretty nice for this Victor to just kind of get as much utility as possible out of it here. And
Quaker's taking a lot of damage here.
Oh, no.
Oh, here comes that Ezreal. It's going to land on the Quaker, but it's barely going to register.
look at the healing from this Soraka.
Yeah, he's just healing for way too much right now. They have the heal cut, but it just doesn't matter. If they allow it to wear off, they're going to be A-okay. Crown of the Shattered Queen has been shattered now. Lake is going to go into Mega Gnar form. This could be their time to make a fight. They're going to knock up Lake. They're going to knock him up again mid-jump as well. That is going to interrupt them, and that's going to prevent any engagement from the side of Spectre Gaming, as now it looks like Team DPS, they're on the front foot.
Yeah, they just continuously try and find these insane plays, and right now the gold lead does not matter. It's really just up to the stats that you have available to you, and this Mountain Soul gives you so much more value now, but this Baron, this is scary.
Yeah, they've started the Baron. Swagasm, Lake, Rebound, Learning, HyperF, they're on the way. Here comes Team Spectre, but Talus is going to come out. It's a huge charm and knockup. Alexander wins them another fight. There's no way they're coming back from this one. Swagasm is going to fall down on the backside of the fight. There goes HyperF, and that pick that you were questioning, we were all questioning. Alexander comes in and shows everybody that Rakan mid can win games.
Just a massive engagement to 3 members there sets up for Talus so well. And Talus isn't done. He says, you know what? I don't care if you think Red Kane with first strike is reportable. That's another kill. They find the ace, and out of nowhere, DPS are just... They might win.
The cherry on top, the Rakan gets the final kill. There is no might. They will win here. HyperF up in 10. Rebound up in 12. But you know what's not up? Your Nexus turrets. The Nexus being beat on. And just like that, when you thought they were behind, the game was close, Team DPS pulls away, and they are able to take the series 2-0 once they decide that killing the Nexus is more important than killing minions.
Hey, Quagger just dancing on him here. Just
they're looking for more kills. They're looking for more kills. Going to go down. 16 kills for the Lucian. Would you believe me if I told you that Lucian had more kills than Callista from earlier tonight?
Man, just I can't get a break with my own caster predictions here, but after that insane game out of DPS, we get 2 certified BTL bangers in a single night. I have, it's so hard to put it into words with how exciting that game was, and just wow, what a start to our season.
And let me tell you something, MVP has to go to Alice Gander, like
yes,
100%. Connection played such a good game. Such a great game, but I don't think it's doubtable at this point.
You know what? If you pull that pick out of your rear and say, you know what, I'm playing Recon mid lane in the first week of our new season against a whole bunch of new teams, against teams that have never seen us before, and you're able to do that, you're able to have that much impact, especially in those deciding fights. There's no question. There's no question. And I mean, once again, this mid and bot lane, all with the same kill participation, 23 out of 35, they're all able to continuously find the plays together. And that's what made Your Bad Connection have such a strong game, because there was so much support provided for the solution. And man, if this is the sort of games that we're to expect out of these teams, man, this is going to be an insane season.
And taking a look at Team DPS, I like their team top to bottom. I think that Fierce Sparrow was definitely a question mark coming into it. And they put him on Soraka twice, so obviously if you ban the Soraka, what's going to happen there? And that's a strategy that teams can look at in the weeks forward. But let me tell you, these 5 players, they play well together. Like, that was a game that I did not expect them to win. They were kind of down to the dumps, down 5K, and they never gave up, and they played to their win conditions, and they won.
Yeah, they were able to survive and push it through and really make it happen. And I think that is the main thing to keep in mind, is that you cannot give up. You cannot let yourself fall down, because it is so important in these sort of games and these sort of leagues that you just continuously push forward and you continuously try and find as many victories as possible.
And on the other side of the coin, I have to say, I mean, I always hate to rag on players, but what a disappointing performance out of Learning.
It's tough. It's really tough in this matchup here from Learning. I think a big factor behind it is not really being able to have that sort of safe laning phase that I think they were expecting. And the Recon mid lane, no one expected that, but it did such a good job of just preventing Learning from doing anything.
Well, their CS numbers too were pretty low, and I mean, their side laning left a lot to be desired. I mean, this is their ace champion, and when your mid lane, one of your better players on your team, gets their ace champion and does not put up the numbers that you expect to see, that can leave a whole lot of doubt moving forward this season.
It can be a little bit of doubt here. I think that for the side of Spectre, though, they need to try and take a look at what really did work for them. And I think that looking at Swagasm, they're playing some of these playmakers, it can give you some options. Rebound had a great game on the Ezreal there. I think a lot of what kept them in that game was Hyper F as well on this Karma. So you've got some really strong points to work on with that bot lane. I think if you're just able to put the pieces together a little bit more, get your mid game under wraps there, and try and push your advantages in a more, I guess, directed way, that would be how you're able to potentially find some more victories down the line.
Well, we will see if these teams are able to capture more victories, but we're going to have to wait till next week for that, because these teams are not playing they are not playing tomorrow. That being said, we do have 2 games on the docket for you tomorrow, starting at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It'll be Predictive Gaming versus Barbara's Fan Club, and Barbara's Fan Club has a couple of friendly faces.
Yeah, Barbara's Fan Club are the min-max team that we were talking about there, but of course, captained up by Pixel Wolf. That's the real... I think that's the biggest name that we can recognize there, but of course, Chipo coming through, Nukes coming through. Man, that's going to be an exciting team to watch. And of course, their logo.
Yeah, what a big. I don't want to talk about that one too much. And then in the 9 o'clock game, it'll be MG Element versus Trebuchet. What a great team name.
Yeah, Trebuchet. You know what? They're my early picks to win just because of their team name. I mean,
what do you mean? That name literally means throw.
Well, I mean, Trebuchet is just Trebuchet memes. Have you ever been to r/Trebuchet memes? It's
I have.
great. Yeah. So I mean,
one thing to say about MG Element, they also have some friendly faces here. Runner 90, King Annihilator, out of blue.
Yes.
Yeah,
I think that MG Element, they're a team that are definitely exciting to watch. We've seen a couple of those names before on different teams that have come through, but I think mostly as substitutions. But of course, just sending the full team in here should be fun to watch them as well.
You know what? They have maybe created a Black Twitch League super team, but we will have to see how things shake out as there are games to be played. Like I said, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is Predictive Gaming versus Barbara's Fan Club. And for the nightcap at 9 p.m., MG Element versus Team Trebuchet. But that is it for tonight's edition of the Black Twitch League. Week 1, Day 1, Series 1 and 2, man. It's a blessing to be here. I'm very happy to be here. It's my first time opening up a Black Twitch League season, so glad they decided to bring me back. Thank you all very much. Adam, anything to say?
Man, just bangers all around. If this stream is any indication of how the rest of the season is going to go, you won't want to miss a single week of this. So hopefully we'll see you tomorrow, and hopefully we'll see you next week as well to all the viewers out there. Just buckle in for a great season.
Yo, Ito, you got anything to say before we go off? You got something?
No, just today was an incredible day. I know it's the first weekend for everybody, so we got a little bit of hiccups. Not everyone knows exactly the procedures, like the lineup and stuff like that. But I think but besides that, everything went off pretty smoothly. That's our first time using tournament codes, but I think everyone did that pretty well. And yeah, no, today's games were absolutely fantastic. I was just gonna throw a host over to our good friend Kemi. She was an old, long time member of the Black Twitch community. Was part of, I think, BTL season 1, I believe. So really, yeah. So one of the people that from back here, one of the OGs of the Black Twitch community. So we're gonna go ahead and throw her host playing League of Legends. And hopefully we see you guys here tomorrow at 6 p.m. EST for some more certified BTL bangers, right? Like today was crazy.
Absolutely.